Tonight, the results are out for what's considered the gold standard for measuring student learning in public schools.
12 News is dedicated to covering the status of education in our home state. And it turns out Arizona is falling behind in a major category, reading. In fact, Arizona is one of just a few states to get worse in both 4th and 8th grade reading. Joe Dana breaks down the numbers and explains why the story is a little bit better when it comes to math.
We are holding the line when it comes to the subject of math. The scores were nearly identical between 2022 and 2024, though still below pre-COVID levels. But the headline here is reading. Arizona is one of only 5 states to regress over 2 years. 4th graders went from 31% proficiency to 26%. 8th graders dropped from 28% proficiency in 2022 to now 25%. State Superintendent Tom Horne tells me he is asking the legislature to fund more literacy coaches in the schools and expand an existing program. For school districts, the odds are against them. Poor funding makes it difficult for public schools to retain quality teachers. Arizona is at the bottom in per pupil funding, something Horne recently acknowledged.
My effort and that of the department is to help the schools do better academically. We are last in spending, but in test scores, and we're right in the middle of the states.
These new results show Arizona is still in the middle of the pack for reading and math, but that's not saying much. In math, the latest scores show 34% of 4th graders are considered at least proficient. As they get older, the picture gets more bleak. Just 26% of 8th graders are at least proficient in math statewide. One Phoenix parent I talked to today with 2 kids in the public school system says she's not surprised.
My experience is that they're not academically providing the education that the kids need.
And have you talked to the teacher or the principal about this?
No, I have a meeting with the principal next week.
And that's the best thing you can do if you're a parent. Get face-to-face meetings with teachers or the principal. The Arizona Educators Association is pushing for across-the-board increases from the legislature.
But imagine what our kids would be able to do if we actually funded our schools. I think the bottom line is educators have been screaming from the rooftop for almost a decade now that the underfunding, the large class sizes, and to some extent, the lack of support from politicians and from school boards have really led us down this path.
Unlike neighboring states, Arizona's legislature did not even keep up with inflation last year in its funding levels for public schools. Joe Dana, 12 News.